Hi guys, today we're going to be doing a twisted ruffled sleeve. So it's going to be puff, it's going to be ruffled, and it's going to be twisted. I've gone ahead to cut my sleeve. This is on fold. So the length of this sleeve is about 52 inches. 2 inches for seam allowance for both sides, 1 inch for the side seam. Then the real length is 50. I've added 1 inch for sewing this side and 1 inch for sewing this side, so that is why it is 52 inches. Then the length here is 20 inches, seam allowances included. So I have 20 inches by 52 inches here. Then at the crown of the sleeve, I've gone ahead to bring it down. I measured 3 inches here and I curved it gently back into the crown of the sleeve. So I want this side to be shorter and this side to be higher, the way we cut sleeve. And then I've cut 2 pieces of this. The inside of the fabric, all you're going to do is you're going to draw horizontal lines 3 inches from the edge of the fabric here. You measure 3 inches, 3 inches, then you mark it with your chalk. Then vertically also, from the edge here you measure 3 inches vertically. Up here you measure 3 inches, then you draw your straight line, your vertical lines, and you draw your horizontal lines 3 inches. So each box, I believe you can see these boxes, each box is about 3 inches, each box. So the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to pick each point, each cross point, each point where the lines meet, each point I'm going to pick it there. So when I pick it there, I'm going to hold it this way and I'm going to use needle and thread to tie a knot there. Then I'll come to the next point, I'll tie another knot there. So this is the back of my fabric, this is the front, there is nothing on the front. I only made my drawing on the back part. So to get the second sleeve, all I did was to put the sleeve underneath, right sides facing each other. Then I dropped this. So I have the 2 sleeves. I didn't mark this line on the second sleeve. You can go ahead and mark it if you want, but I wanted to be fast, so I didn't mark these lines on the second sleeve. What I did was I used my pin to get all these cross points. I used my pin to get all my cross points. So let's assume the second sleeve is here now. You can see that the pins are showing. So what I did was I used my chalk or my biro or pencil to mark it, to mark all the points. So I didn't go ahead to draw this line on my second sleeve. I just used my pin to get all my points and I marked it. So you can see biro on this one because I wasn't sure if the chalk was going to clean off. So I used biro to mark it in case the chalk was not showing again. I've gone ahead to do my second sleeve and this is what the inside looks like. You can see there is no chalk on this second sleeve. So this is what it looks like. So when I pick a knot, I'll show you how to do it, but let me explain this. When I pick a knot and when I'm going to the second knot, I will make sure the length of the rope is shortened. You know I have 3 inches in between each box, from here to here 3, from here to here 3, everywhere is 3 inches. But when I want to pick the second, when I've done this one, when I want to pick the second one, I'll make sure my thread is shorter than 3 inches, so that helps to form the ruffles. it pulls the fabric together to form the ruffles. As you can see, my threads, they are not up to 3 inches. So that is what helped to squeeze it together and to form the ruffles. So I left space on the edges, enough space. This is what the front part looks like. So I have my twists. You can see my twists in between. So that is why it's called a twisted ruffled sleeve. It's ruffled and it has twists also. As you can see, I have my ruffles there and I have all this extra space on the edges because I'm going to gather the down part and I'm going to gather the crown of the sleeve also. So this is what I have at the end of the day. I'm done with this one, the first sleeve. So this is what it looks like, and this is the back of it. So I'm going to go ahead to do this one and show you. I've gone ahead to make a knot on my thread. Anyone that is close to the top of the sleeve like this, I won't do it, so that I can have enough space here to gather and to sew the sleeve. Even here, up here, I won't do this one, and I might not do this one because it's too close to the edge. I want to leave this space at the edge. I want to leave it. So I'm going to start from this first one. I'll pick it, twist it together, pass my needle into the middle of it, just once like that. Then I'm going to tie it 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to give it another knot. Just once. It's tight enough. So this is what it looks like at the back. If I want just the twist without the ruffle, I'll cut the thread, come to this place, do another one and cut the thread, do another one and cut the thread. If I want just the twisted effect, I'll have to cut my thread, but I want some ruffles in between, so I won't be cutting my thread. I'll move to the next one. I'll pass my needle at the middle, then I'll pull my thread together about 1.5 inches. Remember, we have 3 inches. From this point to this point is about 3 inches. So I'll pull my thread about 1.5 inches and make another knot. 1, 2, 3. Make sure your knot is tight. Then I'll pick the fabric and tie it again to end it just once. You can go ahead and tie it twice if you want to. If you feel it's not secured, you can tie it twice. So this is what it looks like right now. I'll continue to do that. When I get here, I'll move to this point, come down, move to this point. I'll just continue, and I'll make sure I do line by line so that I don't miss any point. I'll keep doing this until I finish the sleeve. 1, 2, 3. So I'll continue like that till I've done everything. And like I showed you before, this is the result. This is what it will give me at the end of the day. So I've already done one sleeve just to be able to show you, and so that this video won't be too long. I've already done one. So this is what it will look like at the end of the day. Remember, the length of the fabric I used to make the ruffles is 20 inches. So I'm going to cut a short sleeve, getting to the elbow or a little shorter than the elbow. Good morning. Here I have 13. So after making the ruffles, I have 13. I'm going to be using about 10 inches or 11 inches to cut my sleeve because I want it shorter than this, and so that I can form the puff effect. So I'll be cutting 10. I'll be using 10 inches. Then I'll add my seam allowance, 1 inch, half inch to tidy here and half inch to tidy the end. So that will be 11 inches. I'll be cutting 11 inches of this basic sleeve. After making my twisting, this is what I have. This is my front and this is the back. So this is for the first sleeve, this is for the second sleeve. The next thing I'm going to do is to gather this part, the hem of the sleeve and the crown of the sleeve. I'm going to gather it. This shorter part is the side of the sleeve. After gathering it, I'm going to sew it on the normal sleeve. So after gathering it, I'll gather the hem into this size. Then the crown, I'll gather it to this size. Then I'll place it on it and sew it down here, sew it here also. Let's assume I've gathered this. I'm going to go to the wrong side of the sleeve. Then I'll place the right side of this uh, ruffled sleeve. I'll place the right side of this ruffled sleeve on the wrong side of my sleeve. This one is going to be like the lining, while this one will be outside. This one will be inside as the lining. You can always use this fabric to cut this sleeve also, or you use the fabric of the main outfit to cut this lining sleeve. So I'm going to place it this way. Let's assume I've gathered this. So I'm going to sew it on the edge and then flip it over it. So that is going to help me to tidy the hem. I'll be using the 0.5 here. So that will tidy the hem for me. Then I'll flip it over and then tidy the side, and then I'll fix this sleeve part. After turning it, remember I'm going to gather this place too. So this is going to be on it, on the sleeve this way. It's going to be gathered. So then I'll take it as it is and then fix it around my armhole. That is the way I'm going to fix this sleeve. After attaching it on the sleeve, this is what it looks like. So by the side, I make sure I have part of the fabric coming out here so that this hem will be concealed when you wear the cloth. When you wear it, it's going to be this way. Part of this will come out here. So this is my sleeve. I'm going to go ahead and sew this into the armhole, and then I'll go ahead and sew the side. Like I said earlier, you don't have to use something like this lace to make the inner one, the lining part. You can use the same fabric that you used to do this ruching. And use the same fabric to use to make this.
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please kindly like, share, comment, subscribe if you're new here, and click the notification bell. Thank you.